Morning guys, I'm going to go for a walk around Brock Bottom today. So I'm starting off just at the side of the A6 where the old Brock railway station used to be. As you can see, they've created this picnic area now on the very spot where the station used to be. I believe it was disused on this site from about 1976 onwards and eventually demolished around the year 2000 to create this picnic area. So I'm going to leave the noise of the A6 behind us because I'm sure you can hear quite a bit of traffic noise in the background, and I'm going to have a meander along this path that should take us towards the River Brock. Now apparently there's a little area just to the side here where the actual cottages used to be for the railway workers. So they were separate from the station master's house and they were set back a bit here. So if you look there on the floor, you can actually see, I presume it was the entrance or the area, the hallway into the house, one of the houses. If you actually go into the woodland off to the side, you can still see some of the bricks and rubble, which are all that left of the houses. Well guys, you can probably hear it in the background, but we've got the traffic noise from the M6 motorway. So we've just gone underneath the M6 and we're heading east, and we've just got our first sight of the River Brock, which we follow for the majority of this walk. It's a nice peaceful spot. It will be when I get a bit further away from the motor anyway. The tracks are quite good. It's like an old farm track, but it's got plenty of stone on it. It is a bit muddy in places, but if you've got the right boots on, it shouldn't be a problem. Looks like they've been doing some shoring up work here. That's lovely, that, with that bird song. Nice. Now we take a right here and go over this footbridge. Now this walk has a bit of something for everybody. So you've got some nice babbling water at the side of you. You've got nice woodland. There's plenty of wildflowers dotted about. Very easy going. Nice that. It's a nice little spot to have a sit and have a break. I could sit and listen to that for ages, that water. So we come up away from the river and cross this road and drop down the other side. There's got some beehives there. I don't recall seeing them the last time I did this walk. I don't think I'll risk tight roping along there. I think if I start, it'll be swiftly followed by a big splash, which I'm sure will be entertaining for this video, but not today. You can see evidence as you go along that this path is quite well maintained. The grassed areas on the footpaths are well mown, and you can see that there's been quite a bit of tree planting. Wow, look at that for a view. That is a nice sight. Everywhere looking lovely and green. I have to say, guys, I've been extremely lucky with the weather today. It's been a bit rough this week. We've had more than our fair share of rain, so I would say this is the best day we've had so far this week. This area is known as Lower Brock Wood. It looks to me like it's wheat that's growing in here. It's definitely not pasture land. Now, I've just risked life and limb to get some nice footage of this area of the river. I've never seen it before. I've never actually veered off and come down to this area. But as you can see on the side, it's quite smooth rock and there's a lot of moss growing on it, so it is a bit slippy. So if you do come down to get the photo opportunity, take care, guys. I've nearly come a cropper there, but it was worth it. It was worth it for the view, definitely. Now we cross back over the River Brock here via Walmsley's Bridge. Now, if memory serves me correctly, guys, I don't think we're far away from the old Brock Mill the ruins of an old watermill. I think we passed through some woodland here that's usually got quite a few bluebells in it, so if we're lucky and we're not too late, we should capture a few of those. At this point we enter the lovely greenery of Bannister Hay Wood, and off to the right on the other side of the river we have Ned Croft Wood. Bit of a barrier in my way here. Would have to be something prickly, wouldn't it? It's obviously been some kind of a landslide. This tree looks like it's gone over quite recently. You know what, I'm going to go under. No doubt somebody will be coming along at some stage with a chainsaw to cut that back. Now, if you don't come across fallen trees and fallen holly bushes, it's quite a nice walk to do with children and young families. It's pretty safe. The water's not that deep, and there's high visibility areas where you can let the kids have a paddle. Obviously they still need watching, but no, it's a good spot. It's a popular spot for families to come and do picnicking. Occasionally you come across rope swings that people have set up. It's worth having a go, but entirely at your own risk. Enjoying a nice munch on a lovely day. Over to the left you can see the continuation of Bannister Hay Wood stretching off into the distance. Now I've taken a bit of a detour off the main path and I've come to have a bit of an explore around what was Brock Mill. Now apparently it was built around 1790 and was used for spinning cotton. There was a major fire in around 1860 which brought its cotton spinning days to an end. It was rebuilt after the fire and was used to make rollers for cotton spinning. As you can see, there's not much left of it inside. Well, there's not much left of it at all, anywhere, inside or outside. But as you can see, it's just basically collapsed in on itself. It's amazing how nature reclaims things over time. In 1891, the mill was repurposed to make metal files. They used the power from the water wheel to turn the machinery to make the files. The mill was repurposed in around 1936, the lower floor being used as a cafe to serve refreshments to passers-by, and the upper floor was used as a dance hall for local revellers. This continued up until around the early 1950s, where it was allowed to fall into a state of disrepair. That's it guys, we'll leave Brock Mill behind us and continue the journey along the River Brock. Now the mill workers used to be housed in 2 rows of nearby stone cottages, which apparently were lived in up until the early 1950s. And you used to be able to buy refreshments as you went along your walk from one of them. Sadly, they were demolished in 1976. Now Brock Bottom Walk is very popular with young families. If you're going to come here at a weekend, especially through spring and summer, you need to get here before 10 o'clock, because otherwise you're invited not to find a parking spot when you get here. Right guys, I'm coming up on Brock Bottom picnic site. This is where I'm going to end the walk on the video, but I hope you've enjoyed it, and join me again soon for another adventure. Bye for now.